What I've come to understand about the dark night of the soul is that it's an inner reorganization process, a period in which the old anchors like faith, identity, purpose, connection, self-image no longer work, while the new ones have not yet come together. This is not a sign of being chosen, and it's not a higher level, and it's not even a punishment, but a temporary nervous system and psychological state. And I want to emphasize this word, temporary. What does it usually feel like? It's typically emptiness, loss of hope, the disappearance of faith. You can't feel or access it anymore. Loss of identity. I don't know who I am. Loneliness and isolation, a sense of meaninglessness, and often physical symptoms too. These experiences, they are very much like the symptoms of depression, and in many cases they overlap. So how long does it last? Its natural course is weeks to months. It shouldn't last for years. If it lasts for years, then it's usually because there is not enough grounded support, like connection, safety. Chronic stress is present because of money, loneliness, trauma, etc. And the nervous system cannot regenerate. In these cases, we no longer talk about a dark night of the soul, but rather a prolonged crisis, a depressive state, burnout, and complex grief or trauma. And at that point, it is recommended to seek professional support. I've come to understand that my own suffering or struggle, which has lasted for years, or which has been lasting for years, decades, is not because I haven't made it through yet, but because I have been alone in it for far too long. And this is not a spiritual failure, but a simple overload. It's the overload of the nervous system. I am in a prolonged transitional state, maintained by loneliness, financial pressure, and lack of grounded support. So the question is no longer, how much longer do I have to endure this? But rather, how can I finally not be alone in this? And that is what I'm seeking now. Proper nervous system regulation, 1 or 2 stable anchors, so that little by little my zest for life can return. The existential anxiety can ease and life can become more bearable, and a sense of relief can finally arrive. So this is my life before it gets better. And I just want you to know that if you are experiencing something similar, then you are not alone, and you do not have to go through it by yourself.